Why, hello everyone, it is GleeCon, and I am here once more bringing you another episode of good old lore of Warcraft. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see on the episode today, or like what you hear, check out all of the episodes that I've done. It'll take you a while, there's over 1,500. Like, subscribe, and tell every single person that you've ever met in your life to run out and do the same. You can also check me out on Patreon if you want to look at GleeCon lore of Warcraft or lore of Assassin's Creed. That is a side project I do, all the same material, lore of Assassin's Creed. So in today's episode, we're going to continue mopping up what was left over from Zul'Farrak. We did our first Zul'Farrak run. It was an alliance run. We did all of the quests. It was pretty successful. I'll talk a little bit about some anecdotes as we continue the adventure, but we're going to turn in a couple quests, and then we're going to there's a couple little wrap-up things that were really more appropriate for their own episode. On the next episode that we run, which might not be until this weekend, we're going to do a horde run of this same stuff. Alright, so before I get into too much talking, because we'll have a little bit of flight time today before I get into too much side stuff, let's just go run in and turn in Nekrum's Medallion. One of the bosses that you kill in Zul'Farrak drops this medallion. I don't remember exactly which one. I want to say it's like the guy when you're doing the Divination quest line, but in all honesty, I don't remember exactly which boss. Might be just one of the earlier rando dudes. I don't know. You also do the Tablet of Mosharan, which is how you get the Ancient Egg quest. Pretty sure that one comes from the guy you fight near the beginning of the Scarabs. We have to fly out to the Blasted Land. We turned in all the other quests on the last episode. And again, I can talk about some of those for those of you that missed it. But this is a guy, they wanted you to go to Thaddeus Grimshade, and he wanted this medallion. I believe in the setup we'd previously talked to him like a long time ago.
You got my attention?
You have Nekrum's medallion, Grey Contessa. There are powers hidden within it that I am eager to discover.
Ah, the Medallion of Nekrum. It is rumored to have given the troll an unnatural long life, but at a cost. I hope to discover a way to reap the medallion's power while avoiding its unpleasant side effects. You have done me a service, adventurer. I shall now uphold my end of our bargain.
Alright, which is, we're looking for Sharpbeak. That's what this has all been about from way back when we quested in the Hinterlands.
Give me room while I perform a ritual of divination. I will find the connection between the feather you brought me and its owner, and follow that connection to Sharpbeak himself. That is, I will if all goes according to plan. If it does not, then you better close your eyes.
So we're going to allow him to perform the ritual of divination. He says,
Make no sound during the ritual. One misstep could spell your doom.
and he casts, I don't know, Holy Light or something.
There, it is done.
That was a little anticlimactic for all the warnings.
The ritual
but
was
look,
a success. I have seen Sharpbeak and can tell you how to find him.
a smoky circle in the air.
Sharpbeak is held in a cage, high on a cliff at the top of Jintha Alor in the Hinterlands. The key to this cage is possessed by the High Priestess of the Vile Branch Trolls, Vile Priestess Hex. There, I have done my part. I bid you fortune on your quest, adventurer.
Alright, so the Horde has to kill her and get a key to save some dude from the village, like an elder or something like that. Yeah, Elder Torntusk maybe is the name of the dude. And now the Alliance, after much more work, must also kill that lady at the top and get the key also from her, but this time to get Sharpbeak. Now, we have a couple options here. Now that I've gotten the quests, I'm going to start blasting promotions once we get on the flight path. We have to fly there. We have two things to do. Both require us going to the top. Both of them are hypothetically soloable. We're going to go to Airy Peak in the Hinterlands, but they are much better with at least one partner. So we're going to start the broadcast of my spam. So looking for... Actually, we're going to do the Ancient Egg. Oh. And saving Sharpbeak. So we have to speak with the Griffin Master first. Okay, so I'm basically just putting that out there. I don't have the quest in my log. So put that out there. The Ancient Egg is of both factions will have to do it. We have already run up in there before. So if we don't get a bite, we can still complete these quests. I'll talk about how in just a second, but first let's go to the old spreadsheet. So we just finished off in the Zul'Farrak for Alliance. We just did the Divination. We did Nekrum's Medallion. So let's go ahead, open that up. Gotta go over here. Sometimes it does that on the old sheets. So we completed this. We're going to need a few more. We probably don't need that many. And then we also completed the Divination. And we're going to might as well pick up all of these because that's where this episode is going to go. It's going to take us. So we picked up and did Divination. We picked up and we're going to do that. And then we're going to pick up saving Sharpbeak, which is actually pretty much how this is going to wrap. The Ancient Egg will be the real rapidy wrap. Let's see. I'm looking for anybody responding to me. Ice, ATF, cop, lots of, just all kinds of talk, no one responding to me. So I'm just going to keep spamming that a little bit. Alright, so, there are two things that we have to do in the Hinterlands once we get up in there. One of them, they're both at the very top of Jinth Allure, so either way we've got to run to the top of Jinth Allure. With our various bubble technology as a paladin, we can get up there little to no problem. Also, being level 53, aggro is going to be a little bit lower. Okay, out in front of the camp, we're going to have to ISO and then kill the Vile Priestess Hex. I'm pretty sure we can handle that. So not super duper worried about that. That's going to be, honestly, the most touch and go part of everything. Then, if we can kill her, we can move down to the side and get Sharpbeak. He is going to be off by himself, and we might have to kill one or two dudes to get in there. Not a problem. You don't think you actually have to fight anybody to get Sharpbeak. You just really, the fight is getting the key. But we are also going to have to get the Ancient Egg. Now, it's going to be very hard to fight our way back and get the Ancient Egg. We can corpse res our way over and over again to the back, and then res right by the egg, and hopefully with the bubbles that we have available, we can get the egg and be fine. I hope. Not sure. We're gonna surely try it out. Alright, so that's all I can really attempt. I guess I will keep Devotion Aura on while I do this. I'd rather have defense. But ideally what we do is we get a team up. And we get at least one person. Oh, I'm not copying and pasting the correct thing anymore from what we did before. Dang it. So it'd be cool if I stopped copying and pasting what I did on the spreadsheet. That'd been really cool. Alright, but then once we finish it, we'll get to go back here and turn in old Sharpbeak. So that's cool. And then we will have to fly back to... We have to go back to Tanaris. So I put Sharpbeak also instead of Sharpbeak. Whoops. As soon as I get the quest, I'll just copy and paste that. Once we actually get in the area too, we'll spam it. Alright, so yesterday, or not yesterday, but a couple days ago. First of all, lately I've been doing a Monday episode. Would you believe me if I said I had a work thing? Yeah, story of my life. I forgot. I didn't really think about it when I talked about putting my episode yesterday, but I had a an evening work event. It was pretty, whatever. Okay. So that's why by the time I got home, it was so late. And then my son is in the crunch time as he's getting near the end of the year. So there's been a lot of dad and son at the table doing homework after I get home. So that's what I was doing up until right now today. But I don't know if this is a sign of just something I should be disgusted about, or if this is a good sign, but during the episode, I had asked in the video, like, because I ran as a healer, if you didn't watch it, we couldn't find a healer. I ran as a healer. I do not have healer gear. You know, you can look at my gear right here. Not a single piece of intellect gear. I have a +1 intellect and +10 spirit on my Talbash necklace. Other than that, I got a little spirit on the big bad pauldrons I found within the dungeon themselves. And what else do we have here? Boom, that's all attack. All got a little intellect on my waist, but that was also a waist I found within that dungeon. It's mail. That's it. So everything else. So there's 2 or 3 pieces of gear I have that kind of help towards healing, but really not that much. And I just spammed it. I really ended up just using Flash of Light, spam Flash of Light cast. We had one wipe in the beginning against the boss that summons all of the little basilisks in waves, because the team spazzed, including myself, and rather than continuing to focus down the boss, we got distracted and started focusing on some basilisks, and the boss heals himself also, so if you just don't stay focusing down the boss, he will make your life crappy, and that's what happened. The tank that I had was also a paladin. It was me and a paladin that was like, I can do heals or tank, and I was like, okay, whatever. And the other 3 were mages, so I know how classic works, man. It doesn't really matter. As long as you can do somewhat competent, you'll be fine. That's really it. There's not a lot behind it. Most important are just taking your time with the pulls. That's the most important thing. And then if you're a healer, just staying on top of debuffs. There's a lot of debuffs in Zul'Farrak, like various sleeps or stuns from basilisks and polymorph type things. And as long as you stay on that stuff, you're fine. Don't waste your mana in other areas, and that's what I did. I kept everybody buffed. I did that. I felt like I did fine. I did not get any accolades. The tank got... At one point, somebody was like, thank God for this tank. If we didn't have this tank, we'd be done. So, don't know. In my opinion, I just saw regular, normal tanking. And I might be 100% wrong. So I was curious. I've had about 80 or so views since I put the video up. I was curious if anyone had watched it to hear feedback. And so I said that in the video, like, hey, if you watch it, let me know. Am I delusional? Did I do a fine job tanking? Healing? Or am I really crap and I need to get better and give me some feedback? I'd love to get better. Even though, obviously, I'm off spec. I'm healing as a ret pally. But still, like, it's not that bad of a transition. So, I got a comment. I came home yesterday to a comment on the video that started off something like, you did really good. So then I'm like, oh, someone watched it and gave me feedback and I did really good. Yes, this is gratifying. And immediately the comment goes on to say, this might be off topic, but I have this account and I really want to transfer some BS, like some kind of crypto wallet, and I want to transfer it over into some other cash type fund. And I don't know, but here's my seed key. Like, basically, like, no one in their right mind would be such an idiot to copy paste in a public comments on a YouTube video they're freaking sensitive information, and I don't know. It's got to obviously be some type of, I don't know. You go there, you put that seed key in, and it links you to an account that helps you get hacked. So anyway, I was like, this is weirdly sus. So first of all, I didn't even know what the various different programs. So where I had to Google what they were, and I'm like, okay. So now that I'm understanding what they were, so then I'm like, what? Like, is there any real chance that this is someone that's actually looking for help? What do you guys think?
You've spoken with
How do you think the
Grimshade.
story ends?
What did he say? What? The Vile Branch trolls have Sharpbeak? That's unbearable. We must organize a force to get him back. We must save Sharpbeak. Fight your way to the top of Jintha Alor in the heart of Vile Branch territory. Gain the key to Sharpbeak's cage from the Vile Priestess Hex. And then find and save Sharpbeak.
Unfortunately, those are not very good for me. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and... Oh, I should have put this in there. I'm going to just go ahead and post these, and then I'm going to start making my way over there. I'm not going to actually, like, really wait for it. What? Why did it... What is going on with this? I'm trying to copy and paste this. Copy pasta. Okay, I'm posting it now in the general chat, but we're going to just make our way down there. It is what it is. We have to death run it. We'll death run it. So, after that, I said, you know what? Let me just copy and paste this entire comment into Google and see what pops up. And lo and behold, not a ton. But I did find about half a dozen hits on, like, Facebook posts from people with the verbatim from different accounts. Another red flag was the account that posted it was created that day and had no other, like, affiliated, no public, other subscriptions. Like, it was clearly a spam account. I just don't know what the real scam is. Like, are you expecting someone to respond to you and then you can somehow open the conversation up to discussing other like codes, and then maybe you get their code or you get them to access your account? Like, I just don't know. Like, under the concept that you, and then maybe it's also, like, morally better because you're thinking to yourself, if you catch someone that would be willing to scam someone else, then it's okay if they, like, wanted their seed code, or I don't freaking know what the idea is. But ultimately, I don't know what the moral of this story is. You know, is the moral of the story that AI and like, basically not even AI, just like automated, because that's not AI, just automated bot scamming has gotten so bad that it's targeting people even as small as me with my little 1100, you know, or 1200, you know, 1150 subscribers or whatever, and posting comments like that on my videos in the hopes of getting myself or someone else. I deleted the comment so that I don't want anyone else having a chance of being scammed. And I'm so small, I don't need a mod or anything. I can just look at my comments on my own every day. So, oh man, it's the same crap. I didn't get the copy paste that I wanted. What is that? Oh, I want that mithril. Still in a world where I want mithril all the time. I should probably get the true silver too.
too far away.
I'm gonna fix that. Copy paste. Nice, this is a 4-1. I don't know what we need mithril for. I think we're still, like, mithril oring it up, or mithril spursing it up. Because I know we got that recipe. We're at 255. And then I'm gonna get this true silver, too, because why not? Oh, there's a... Dang it. I don't want this wolf messing my life up. 278 on the mining. That's good, right? Okay. Okay. And I'm pushing the wrong buttons. So there we go. Now I think with the or here's or what's so is that one is moral of the story that one this generative type of bot seeking little auto script programs that they write are so ubiquitous and so painless to run for the scammers that they just can look for certain things and they can set the threshold as small as me, or I just randomly got tagged. The threshold might be like videos posted today whenever they run the script, and I just happen to get caught in the phishing net this time. Cool, we got so many. Or, here's a brighter takeaway. Maybe the script is that, cool, we got a level 58. Maybe the script is that, hey, I'm just that big now that even the scammers go after me. I don't know. I guess I was going to ask them, so have somebody said they want to do saving Sharpbeak. I don't know. Now I've got to wait for them to fly from Ironforge. These guys are 45, 46. Don't really even... I guess I'm going to just wait out here for them to get here. But it's a level 58 warrior, so that's cool. Guess I'll just chill and post up. Because at the we've got to make our way to the top. Yeah, so I don't know about that, but overall I felt like it was good about the run. We ended up accomplishing the rest of the run just fine. At the very end, I was gonna go hunt for the last. I needed 3 troll tempers or something, and I was gonna go to those sand dune dudes. One of the mages came with me. It was a very, I was level 52. I think I dinged 53 in the dungeon. There was one mage that was 53. Everybody else was low in the 46 to 48 range. Your key. Key for what? They said they forgot the key. All right, so they're like, oh, they forgot the key. I guess they already killed the lady and got the key. But they were like, oh, I left the key in my bank. But I was like, well, we're gonna need to I need to get the key anyway, so you can re-get the key. I was like, just drop the quest, and you can re-pick up the quest when you get to the flight path. Like, just like I picked it up. Pretty sure I could share the quest with them, but just in case, just get the shaving Sharpbeak. Just get the shaving Sharpbeak. Crash. I don't know why at 58 you'd even want it. This one-handed mace that does a nature damage blast seems intriguing, but not great. And the leather pants are great pants. They're very good for a rogue or feral druid. That's a pretty cool strength agility, but that's literally... So other than rogue or feral druid, or I don't even know who uses maces that wants to do one-handed maces that focus solely on DPS and don't really need the other stats. It's almost like a PvP style mace. Hunters can't use it. You're only going to really, I guess, maybe like a mace rogue, or, I mean, there's just other... I'm going to look up this Griffin Rider Storm Hammer. Who would want that? Let's look that up. Griffin Rider's Storm Hammer. Okay, let's see if anybody has anything to say. It procs every 7 to 12 hits. Good for a pally or shaman. So basically a healer. Not obtainable. It is possible that... No. Yeah, so they're really just... Yeah, they said good for... This person says no, LOL. Good for a Shami or a Paladin is what they say. Shami, Paladin. I don't stinking know. I don't really see a lot of other people discussing it very much. Because what would you do with it? In what scenario do you want a one-handed, you're rocking... I guess maybe if you're... okay. Paladin... I just don't see why you wouldn't alternatively want a one-handed mace that was... I guess if for a pally or shaman that is typically a healer, but you're doing PvE content, that could be like your PvE weapon that you swap to. I mean, that's. I mean, maybe my imagination is lacking, but that's all I can really see coming out of it. All right, so here we have Melina Girl is on the way. My goal is to get out of here in the next 45 minutes. How long it takes us to get up here is going to be the main issue. Coming back there and then flying back to Blastlands, not too much. If it goes, I need to be out by 10 for sure because, well, I mean, whatever, if I'm late. But my basketball playoffs are tonight. I want to go watch that game. So... But I'd like to wrap things up by 9:30. That's what time I put the kitties to bed. Alright, so... we're just gonna mount up to the top. He said they did it with the Horde guy. I think I did it with the Horde guy before. Like, I think I teamed up kind of where... Oh, I see. They said did it with a Horde person. So I'm gonna try. This person might only be down to help us with Sharpbeak, which is the quick part. Alrighty, so they're about to be here. Hex is key. Alright, there they are. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna ride and die up this hill now. Okay, so we're just gonna run up the hill. I don't want to aggro guys if I can help it, but it is what it is. And I like to go through this way over here where I jump this little gap. And then we go to the top. We're getting there. As long as I don't get dismounted, then we'll be fine. Oh, we are aggroing some of these higher guys. Even though I'm 5 levels below them. I'm still aggroing, but I can always bubble, so I'm not really super duper worried. Bubble if needed. Now he at 58 should have even better luck than me. Okay. Oops, that guy is. I accidentally bubbled him. Terrible. Might have to. I have to get myself out of here. Okay, so we are close. I just have to get myself away from dudes. That's all. Okay. Alright, I made it up top. Now I just have to make sure that I did use all my stuff, unfortunately, but whatever. Okay, so now I went the wrong way. I gotta get back. But he's about to come up. Go this way. Okay. Get this guy first. So we'll just go ahead and take these guys down. We're gonna pull this little guard. The Wish Lady will come out. I just wanna. What's he doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I was gonna say I'm not even swinging. Okay, so this is the girl we need. now we're fighting her. I don't know how long consecration lasts. I guess not that long. Okay. Alright, so egg is back. The egg is back in this cave, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's up here. Is this way. And, oh, we aggroed that one dude. Here is... Because we're going to have to get in this cave. Now, you can just bust through. You don't have to go in there if you don't want to. But you can. And he's keeping all the threat with this, whatever he is, a dual-wielding dude. Right up there, fight him. We can keep them separate. These are the Manzazi guards. It's true silver right there. That's cool. I can stay on heals if I need. Get into a sitch like that. I'm not even going to use any kind of judgment on my seal of command. I'm just giving it for the damage. Okay. Then we get this. Together, the two of us are not exactly crushing it in the damage department. Okay. So, now, I think between the two of us, we could go back and get this egg. It's just gonna be hard. But maybe if I'm healing them and helping them out, they'll be okay. Oh, it looks like he's... Is he prot? He's got a shield. Maybe that's why it's going so slow. That's what this story is about. Okay. Okay, he does not. He ran right by the ore, so I'm going to go for it. Mostly because it's going to help me level my mining. But I will take that, and then this is... I don't think there's any kind of boss or anything that goes with this. So we just come out of here and I think we can save the egg. Sure, there's a ghost mushroom. I don't can't mess with that. That's it. We just saved Sharpbeak right here. Go for it, buddy. We might have to do it twice. I don't know. There we go. Cool. Let's see if he feels like it, or if he's in a run, he can't. We'll just corpse it. Okay. So this is going okay, especially now that I thought he was oh, that's a shield, so he's a prot warrior. So we're gonna go now back to the cave we were at and fight our way into the back. It's kind of annoying getting there, but it is what it is. Okay. So what does this do? My Consecrate, I guess it's just 64 damage over 8 seconds. It's just not really... Maybe if I upgrade it, because I haven't... I can go upgrade it when I'm back in town. Okay, so fighting our way back into the cave. This is going to be annoying. so yeah, this is the slow part, fighting the way to the back of this dumb cave, and then fighting our way back out. Like between the two of us, too, between my low level and being a rat pally. Okay. Pain in the butt. We just don't want this. We don't want to double pull if we don't have to, unless he likes it. I mean, it's just lame if we go this way one by one. Now he's going to switch into battle stance. Makes sense. Okay, he's in the death mode here. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna go up the middle. He's back on defensive stance, I guess. So some kind of this shield looks pretty cool. A weird flaming, neat-looking thing. So I'll heal him on the route here. Dang it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch that to him. Okay, go ahead and heal him for a little bit. I can't tell if I should go. Maybe I'm gonna switch over to keep the mana up for myself. Switch into more of a healing role. I'll take a greed on that, I don't care. This way. Ah, we gotta go after that guy. Super annoying. Alright, so now I'm not even gonna necessarily worry. Yeah, so I'll keep the two buffs on the... I'll basically treat it like I was a healer, like on the last dungeon I just ran, now that I've seen the effectiveness of this. Alright, slow kill. Slow kill. And these guys are annoying too, because they're basically like tanks. Alright, so we're gonna go down this way. Go for it, buddy. Okay. It's my stupid add-on thing. Alright, so we're making our way to the back of this cave. There it is right there. But we need to wrap our way around it up this hill up here. Unfortunately, it wraps all the way around. Okay. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Okay. I guess I'll eat some little junky food, not the full-on. No, oh, I never read this. I should eat this white spider sausage. I'll let him get started fighting, so I can get a well-fed buff. But we never read this ancient tablet to get Gazrilla in the first place. So this is actually what you need to do the Gazrilla quest line. How you figure out how to charge the Mallet of Zul'Farrak. So, it says to create the Mallet of Zul'Farrak. This drops off of any guard. Once you get it, I don't think it drops more than once, but you do want it. It can drop for us really fast. One must first travel to the altar of Zul and obtain the sacred mallet from a troll keeper. So that's like one of the first altars you come up on. There's like 3 dudes, and you know, it is what it is. Look at it. Oh, I see. keys. Okay, so he's anyway, so basically we did that, and they oh no, Altar of Zul. So if you look at the map for Altar of Zul, that's over here, right here. You go to the top, there are 2 keepers, one of them has it, that's it. We had to fight, that was actually the tricky part. Getting the mallet is the hard part. Then it says, next one must bring the sacred mallet to the altar atop the troll city of Jin'Tha. That's the place outside where you get the key for the saving Sharpbeak. And then you can just charge it there, and then you use it on the altar. So that's it. So it's a 2-step process. It's not like crazy, but 3 steps if you consider finding this tablet in the first place. It's a little annoying, a little silly. All right, and yeah, I'm just gonna basically keep myself in healer mode here. Use a little bit of damage buffing. Oh, he resisted my stun. What a turd. I'm gonna get this small thorium vein. It's usually only... Small one's usually only 1 to 2. Yep, just 1. Okay, up to 280. Alright, so we're getting there. Alright, and yeah, it looks like this is mostly a tank. So this is going a little slow for us just because of the nature of who we're fighting. Oops. My bad. Alright, so I got them on this. I'll get them on heals. Okay. I will make sure to keep that person healed. Okay. My 2-handed swords is increasing, that's good. I guess it's because I semi-recently leveled up. Okay. And now we got this guy. But yeah, with the Nightfin soup that I had on and this Blessing of Wisdom, it was pretty good. Okay. Alrighty. Almost there. Almost fought our way through this dumb place. Otherwise, I would have just corpse ran my whole stinking butt behind me. And that would have been what it is too. But now what we're going to do, when we have to get in here... Okay. Alright, so. Pull this one back first, but that's going to be those guys. So we are going to get in there, and that's that 3 pull that we will need. And that's the egg I need, the ancient egg. So we are super close. So even in an event of a corpse, even if we kill one, we can kill a Hittaya the Keeper. Then that will, be is what it is or whatever. Okay. So not using anything. Okay. Get her. Okay, so as long as they don't go after me, he gets the threat on them. And I can get that. Now I can actually put that heals on there too. To really help him. Okay, so I think it's gonna go. I think it's actually going pretty good. Can't really do anything extra. Okay, so we'll go with this guy next. Go ahead with this. Then we got the seal on him now for the... He has a chance to heal. I guess that doesn't really last very long, the seal of light. But it's a good... See, this is basically what I was doing in the dungeon. You know, we just had a tank. It was obviously a less stacked tank, but we had a full party, not just two. And because of that, we're going a little slow. There we go, perfect. We'll pull this guy a little bit in here. Go ahead and get some heals on. And I think we're good. I'll go ahead and go a little bit more offense to help chip this one down. Save my repentance in case they try to run. They ran the good way, so...
I'm out of range.
Okay, so now we can get our way out of here, because we do have to technically run it all the way back. Okay, so we got the quest though, we're all good. Now it's just a matter of time and getting out of here. They're a little bit behind. Okay, so the lady girl was a nice help for us. Good, I appreciated it. There's a little troll rogue just sneaking their way through. If they're smart, they will just get that, you know, that's actually smart if you're a rogue or a druid and you don't want to do it. They just wait until someone else gets the egg. And then, you got someone on your 6, buddy. Darn it, we're gonna fight a second guy now. But that's actually not the worst idea if you're a rogue and you have all the time in the world. Just wait for someone else to do the thing and do the quest. And then you can just loot the egg, because the egg will respawn faster than the people will. Significantly faster. But we can't hearth or anything out of here because we need to go turn in Sharpbeak, and then we might as well just fly, so. Go, excellent. Now there's gonna be some respawn. This is the most annoying part. I should probably switch over to actually damage instead. But I will keep the prot on. Yes, they're pulling a little bit away so that they don't butt pull. It's good. I mean, I don't know what the story with this person is. They might just be amateurish. I really like that. Well, they've got a lot of freaking purples. Okay. Alright, so I don't know what the story is with that. They have some really good gear. But I guess maybe at 58 you just start getting better gear? I don't know what the story is about that. I guess if I'm gonna rock this Sanctity... Oh, crap. Yeah, if we're gonna pull it anyway. Yeah, there we go. I saw it that time. Go ahead on the swivel, mate. Okay, it's okay that this guy is running that way because we would have to do it anyway. Alright, so then there's that fighting on the way out. Guess we'll have to do that just to be able to mount up. I will get on that soon for them. Okay, so we got this guy. This is probably... After this one, we'll try to just mount up and get the heck out of here. Just suicide run the way down the hill. Down is easier than up. Down, easy up. Down low, easy then up. Ah! Dang it. Yikes. Heals on him. I don't know. Oh, man. Thanks. This is a, now I've just got to save there in case he gets... I can't take the dots the same way. Okay. Alright, time to get out of this place. Okay, so we can now escape. Escape from Alcatraz. Ow. I took an arrow to the face. Actually, it was more like to the back, but you get it. I took one. It was bollocks. Now I'm running my way down these stairs. These people are ridiculous, I'll tell you. Ow. Shouldn't have done that. No. Shouldn't have. Now I'm running my way through here. Yikes. Okay. I made it. Great. Good on it. Alright, so now we just have to go turn in these two quests. We did accomplish it. We are going to have to do the egg one again for the Horde. There's a different second one we must do because for the Horde, instead of getting Sharpbeak, which is easy, it's basically built in for the Alliance. For the Horde, you have to go to this lake and also summon Shadra Allure. Okay, so We're going to run our way out of there and turn this in. So we're at 9:15, so I think we're on good time. Because within 15 minutes, we should be able to turn this in, fly back and turn the other in, and that's good for us. We will be ready to do Searing Gorge after that. Where do we have to turn? Oh, we've got to get back to... It will take us a full-on 15 because we're gonna have to go to Menethil. Like, there's no quickness here. We can fly from here to Menethil, but I'm pretty sure we've got to go back to Tanaris now. Yeah, bummer. And I do not have a quick path there. So I could hearth there, but then I could fly from there to Booty Bay, and then Booty Bay boat, and then fly down. Or Menethil would take me there, and then I fly Menethil, fly. Either way, it's about the same. So you would think that it wasn't, but it truly, like, the difference between coming over from Ratchet. Booty Bay would actually take me up to Ratchet. Menethil would take me down there. So actually save time on this flight path. So I guess that's the way to go. So the best way to go is Menethil. Because other than that, the flight from here to Menethil is probably very similar, if not shorter, than the flight from here to Booty Bay. Whoops. Wasn't paying attention. Not really, I was more plotting in my mind. Yeah, now that the rewards for this are not good. I don't know what we get. I don't think we actually get any good rewards for the Ancient Egg. What you're doing for that one is setting up a quest line. Sunken Temple. Okay. But that's it. I'm glad we were able to get this done. So I'll make a Patreon episode tomorrow. We'll finish off the live action Assassin's Creed series we've been watching. While we get our flight paths going on, we'll talk about some of that. What lies ahead in the next few days. The reason why Zul'Farrak might wait until the weekend for the Horde is just because it takes longer. While the dungeon itself might take a little bit less long, it can take a long time to get a group together. So I will most likely be waiting until Saturday for that one. But again, we'll look it all through. And then we'll have to have an episode. It'll be on the slightly shorter side like this one, but actually it'll probably be about as long as this one, because for that one we're going to need the egg, and we're going to need Shudra lore.
Swiftwind and Keenclaw returned with their child moments ago and are fussing over him like new parents. Seeing them together again is enough to give even this old dwarf mist in the eyes. We cannot repay you enough for what you have done, adventurer. The Griffins of Airy Peak and their riders will sing your name for a long, long time.
Yeah, so... Okay, so they disbanded the group.
Where would you like to fly to?
Menethil. Because then we've got to take a boat. Alright, so let's take a peek at where we're at. Like I said, tomorrow... if we were looking at the AC copy sheet, I will finish this off. Which means the following week, I am... Yeah, I just have to... plan my life. Either way, we'll finish this one off, and then I think Thursday, either Thursday or Friday, or maybe both if I get real motivated, I'll do a short. So we'll have 1 to 2 shorts coming out. I think the last short we did, if you look at the channels, I did one on Ajara. So if you look at the actual, if we go in here and we look at our spreadsheet for the lore, which does need some updating, but it's going to hold for a while more for us. We just did Ajara. We've already done Naga, all of the Naga. We've already done Vaj, Illidan, and Malfurion. So we have the Moon Guard, which is the last one in the year 10,000. So the year of the War of the Ancients. That time, that'll be the last one. If we do a second one, as we go into the 2,700 years following, which is basically what's happening. Well, Dathramar's son Strider is escaping. We already read that one, but essentially he's leaving to go found what will become the Blood Elf capital. So he bounces in this time. The Night Elves have a relationship with arcane magic that is now soured, and it causes basically anyone that's still utilizing it, like the Highborn, to become apostates or apostates. And we've read about that. And then a new beginning where a faction of them become what eventually become known as the High Elves. And if you look at the world map, some stay in Kalimdor. There is a faction of them that do stay in Kalimdor, and you can actually find smidgens of them here in Stone Talon Mountains. So some move their way in the Barrens. You can find little pieces of Night Elf or High Elf experience, and there's like maybe some enclaves and remaining things. If you read about it in Chronicles, I believe they do talk about the High Elf factions that actually never leave Kalimdor, and that small sect of them, what happens to them. There is a small little group somewhere, and again we have a few that you encounter in this region, but most of them pick up their roots and head out to what becomes known as the Eastern Kingdoms. And here's our boat. Perfect timing on that. It's arriving right now. Pretty sure I always forget which boat is which every time, but I'm fairly certain it's this one.
You can find passage to Theramore from this dock. Heed my words, those lands are rarely safe to travel for people of the Alliance.
All right, so we're going to take that boat. So that's what's really happening in that 2,600 years. The Night Elves are re-establishing or redefining their relationship to the arcane, mostly negative. Those that don't want to do that or don't want to give up their addiction or feel like you don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm sure there's a lot of nuance, a lot of gradations of why a Night Elf may choose to still want to have a life that involves arcane magic. Either way, those dudes all bounce. And then we will read about that introduction to the High Elves, so this faction. That's one we haven't read, and maybe it'll touch some more on it. But again, this is the retcon stuff. So that's all that really happens in that year. And then you have a little bit... We've already read Chapter 4 of Chronicles Volume 1, if you want to check out those previous episodes. They're a long time ago, 1,400 episodes ago, but we've read them. But that covers everything in the span, and we kind of went through one by one, from 10,000 years up until the events that were leading up to Orcs and Humans, 45 years before that first game. We have not read these two, so somewhere in that same time period, somewhere post the War of the Ancients, but before the Dark Portal, perhaps even immediately preceding it, are two small short stories. I thought I just heard like a shriek, but my little dog is not here. I think it was my son, like middle school game crying on his headset. But we'll read a couple small stories. So those will actually be true short stories. Those are a little longer. They take around 30 minutes to read. So that's pretty cool. So we'll have a couple stories. I know that those are not necessarily, I haven't had as much popularity with these non-canon ones, but in general, we got a lot of hits on the story ones to peek behind the kimono there. And they kind of are out of time. So those two will be nice little additions as we continue that book. And then in the coming weeks, so this is potentially this week, that's potentially next week. So as soon as 2 weeks from now, we'll start to be in this exact time period. Well, we've already read about Cenarius, Malfurion, and Tyrande, so that's done. So then we would be kicking it over to this 1500-year period after the Night Elves have faction that becomes the High Elves have left. And we'll have 3 in-game stories: the exile of the High Elf, the Sentinels and the Long Vigil, and the founding of Quel'Thalas, which will be cool. We will also get to read the Burning Crusade Town Hall History of the Blood Elves, the first chapter of that series. That will be cool. We haven't read that, and then we will have already read this. We will have 4 cool things happening in that 1500-year period. Then we've already read about Dathomir Sunstrider and how he founds Quel'Thalas, so that's kind of a scrap as well. All right, we're there. And now we're on our last flight portion of today's episode. Before we go run over, my son's going to get a few extra minutes of time, but that's okay. We had a lot of homework that we had to do today, so it's just getting to that time of year. He's getting into that finals. Even though he's only in 8th grade, he's in all those advanced classes setting up for
Where would you like to fly
AP
to?
and IB next year. So there are certain final exams coming up that matter. And he has a very bad habit of rushing and not showing his work. So it's really a lot of work of forcing him to slow down, to write out his problems, to think things through. All right, so similarly, in the year 3000 to 1200 is when Chronicles Volume 2, Chapter 1, when we start that book, the first, just a set chunk of it. Again, we've read that already too. But at 2800, so there is a 4,000-year gap where literally nothing is particularly discussed. The world, the world kind of just slowly evolves. The Night Elves become the High Elves over on that side of the world, and they establish their empire, and then humans start to sprinkle and spread, and human empires start to come and battle it out. And it's not until 2800 that these things really come to a head. So there's a 4,000-year period, which just seems wonky. That is a gap ripe for lore in the greater World of Warcraft universe. In this year, 6800 to 2800, that 4,000-year gap before you have Arathor and the Troll Wars, which we'll read about. We've already read this Blood of the Highborn, very cool story. We've read that online. I'm not sure if we will have read Anasterian Sunstrider already. It says Strange Alliance. That's I don't think we have. We'll have Chapter 2 of the Burning Crusade Town Hall. The Troll Compendium, I think we read the Troll Compendium already. So some of those I'll have to actually check. And it talks about the date of the Troll Wars. It says, I love how thorough this person was. It says, the date is contested. The date of what? Blood of the Highborn. Either during the Troll Wars or between the First and Second Wars. I'm going with the assumption of the Troll Wars as per Mickey Nielsen's tweets that Zul'Jin has lived much longer than the average troll. I mean, okay. Interesting, man. Like, they're just really into it. And then, yeah, so we can, again, continue on and on. But that's just the lore, the lore shorts that are coming up for us. Now, within the actual game itself, we are progressing our way through somewhere in World of Warcraft. So we have all of this non-canon stuff I haven't read, but right here is where we've stopped. Because we have not made it to Maraudon, which was the first real patch. Patch 1.1, if we look at my patch notes that I made, we have to walk over. We've made it through some parts of this, because the first patch of the game, so when the game dropped in beta, it had Ragefire Chasm, the Dead Mines, Wailing Cavern, Shadowfang Keep, Stockades, half of Scarlet Halls, and Razorfen Crawl. It also had every single zone except for Silithus. Okay. Then when the game went live, it went live with the rest of Scarlet Monastery. It went live, and this is all actually getting dropped within that 1.1 patch, somewhere in that 1.1 patch. So Black Fathom Deeps was added in. Nomergon, Uldaman, Sunken Temple, Razorfen Downs, Lower and Upper Blackrock Spire, Stratholme. So those might have taken it within a couple months, 2, 3, 4 months before all of those dungeons actually dropped. I'm guessing not. I'm guessing that's live, which might have been called 1.1 at some point, or within those first few weeks those things get rolled out. There's also Blackrock Depths, I think, is included in there. Zul'Farrak, I believe, is somewhere included in there as well. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure when Zul'Farrak dropped, but we're going to count it as it does. And we are right now getting close, because Gurabashi Arena would have been Stranglethorn and PvP, and we're in there. Christmas events, that came at 1.2, we're in there. And then Maraudon is the final element of that. 1, 2.
See ya later.
You have the ancient egg. I sense great forces stirring, and I fear that time grows short.
Okie dokie.
You have the egg. I bow to thee, Contessa. Your strength and bravery will be long remembered.
Seeing ya.
So this is the Hakar. That was a good XP quest, but it would give us a pretty decent helmet. Stats-wise are worse for me, but it is it's got some things that are nice. The dagger, none of the other stuff is good. I'm trying to look at this. So 13 strength in that. So this is basically tracking spirit. I don't care about. So this is tracking at like 12.5, 17.5, and then a third. So right around 20, 21 points, plus 46 points of armor. This is like a 67 point helmet by my grading scale. Whereas I get 21 points of armor, plus 13 for the strength. So that's like 34, plus 4 points for stamina, 38, and then 10 points I'll give for the crit. That's a 48. So all told, I would probably go with this, even though I'm losing that chance for the crit, losing some agility. The rest of the stats are so good. Armor and this stamina is going to create such survivability that I would take it, but hopefully I get better.
Later.
Things between now and then. I'm not even going to pick that quest up right now, actually. Alright, everybody, so that's it for now. We'll be checking out Burning Crusade next. Burning Searing Thing. But we have another episode in the pipe, 5x5, another zone in the pipe, a whole other experience in the pipe, 5x5. And I appreciate you guys for joining with me. I'll see everybody next time on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft. Peace out.